Are you looking for the best tablets? In this video we will look at some of the 12 best tablets on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Apple iPad 2025 16. The 2025 iPad 8 out of 10 Wired recommends is hardly different from its predecessor, but it still maintains the top spot as the best tablet for most people. This 11th generation slate has uniform, slim bezels around the 11-inch LCD screen. There's no home button. Instead, the Touch ID fingerprint sensor is embedded into the power button at the top edge of the slate, also no headphone jack. It has a USB-C port, which means you can use the same cable as your MacBook or iPhone 16 to recharge it. The 12MP selfie camera sits at the center when you hold the tablet horizontally and offers 1080p video quality. At $349, frequently around $300, the iPad does everything you'd want it to. It has plenty of power to play top-end games, thanks to the A16 Bionic chipset. The screen is sharp and bright enough to watch hours of movies and shows, and it's large enough to use for some light work if you connect it to a keyboard. It's even more of a productivity-friendly slate with iPadOS 26, thanks to its app windowing system. Apple bumped up the storage to 128GB, too, finally. You can use it with a first-gen Apple Pencil or Apple Pencil USB-C for a decent drawing experience. But there is an air gap between the screen and the glass, so it's not a top choice for sketching, as it won't feel as responsive as on other iPads. You can natively use this iPad as a second display for Mac, but software like Duet Display also makes that easy for Windows users. This is the only iPad in the lineup with zero Apple Intelligence support, but hey, maybe that's a good thing. At number 2. OnePlus Pad 3. OnePlus hasn't been in the tablet game long, but its Android-powered slates have easily become my favorites thanks to an excellent balance of features to price. Now in its third generation, the OnePlus Pad 3, 8 out of 10, Wired recommends, once again creeps up in price, but this is still a heck of a powerful tablet for the money, and I'd still buy it over a similarly priced Samsung tablet. That's largely due to OnePlus software. Its open canvas system lets you multitask with 3 apps simultaneously at ease, aided by the larger 13.2-inch screen. Even if you're not using it for work, the speakers sound great, the LCD is sharp and smooth, and it barely saps up juice in standby mode, all of which makes it great for entertainment, too. Driven by the Snapdragon 8 Elite inside, performance is fantastic, and it's one of the only tablets with a flagship processor at the moment. But at this price, I'd have liked to see a fingerprint sensor, and maybe even a cellular connectivity option. OnePlus also doesn't quite match Samsung in software updates, though it did improve slightly. You also have to factor in the cost of the accessories, though it's nice that OnePlus routinely has sale events where you can nab them for free. Even with its foibles, this is the Android tablet I'd buy. At number 3. Apple iPad Air 2025 M3. If you don't mind splurging, the best iPad to buy is not the iPad Pro, but the iPad Air, 7 out of 10, Wired review. This 2025 model has been upgraded with the M3 chip, meaning it's powerful enough to handle video editing and graphically intensive tasks. Don't forget that you get 2 screen sizes, 11 or 13 inches. Both are big enough to take advantage of the desktop-like multitasking features in iPadOS 26, but the 13-inch model is where this really shines. Despite the Air moniker, it's not the lightest iPad in the lineup anymore. Go figure. But the blend of a large, bright screen at a reasonable price, powerful performance, Apple Pencil Pro support, a fully laminated screen for more responsive sketching, and solid battery life makes it a machine you'll want to tote from room to room. There's no Face ID, but Touch ID is integrated into the power button. At number 4. Lenovo Idea Tab Pro. I've already seen discounts on the Lenovo Idea Tab Pro that drop it as low as $280. And I suggest you only snag it if it dips under $300. I used this large tablet on a trip to London for entertainment and to edit my raw photos from my Nikon via Adobe Lightroom, and it did the job without a hitch. The 3K resolution on the 12.7-inch LCD is sharp, the speakers are rich, and I didn't notice any problems with performance. It can feel a little unwieldy to hold, but that comes with the territory of a nearly 13-inch tablet. The included stylus helps, especially for smaller touch targets and apps like Lightroom. The only problem? Lackluster software updates. My test unit runs Android 15, but this new tablet supposedly shipped with Android 14 earlier this year, meaning it will not receive Android version upgrades after Android 16. That'll make it feel a little out of date in a year or so. At least you'll get 4 years of security updates. At number 5, Apple iPad Pro M5. If a tablet costs more than $1,000, you really have to ask yourself if you're better off with a laptop, which will offer more power and a better desktop experience. Apple's latest iPad Pro, 9 out of 10, Wired recommends, with the M5 chip is tremendously powerful, and while iPadOS 26 and its multitasking improvements genuinely make for a significantly better experience when trying to get work done, not to mention the increased number of desktop-grade apps hitting the App Store, you still might be better off going with a MacBook Pro with M5. Remember, you have to factor the cost of a keyboard case into your purchase. If money is no object, you won't find a better tablet. The iPad Pro has one of the best screens on the market. The tandem OLED panel gets amazingly bright while retaining rich colors and inky blacks, plus it's the only iPad with a 120Hz screen refresh rate. You have two size options, 11 or 13 inches, and both have Face ID, a nanotexture glass add-on to reduce glare, excellent speakers, and a good webcam. Battery life lasts a full workday and more. I've been able to work off it, though I still run into occasional display issues with some websites. It's thin and lightweight, yet powerful enough for video editing, photo editing, music production, and even running Assassin's Creed Mirage at max graphics. It's easy to fall in love with the iPad Pro if you ignore how much you paid for it. At number 6, Fire HD 8 Kids Edition, 2024. When giving a tablet to a kid, you want something durable and cheap so that it's unlikely to break, and, if it does, a replacement won't be too costly. Amazon offers kid-friendly versions of all its Fire tablets, and the Fire HD 8 Kids Edition sits in the sweet spot of having a kid-friendly size and a wallet-friendly price. It's the same as the Fire HD 8 above, but the extra money you spend adds a bulky case to protect the tablet and a 2-year worry-free damage plan. That means if your kid breaks it, you can return it and Amazon will send you a replacement for free. You also get a year of Amazon's Kids Plus service, which provides access to kid-friendly books, movies, games, and apps, all with parental controls. It's $8 monthly after the first year, $6 for Prime members. There's also the larger Fire HD 8 Kids Pro, which has a slimmer case and comes with preset age filters for kids aged 6 through 12. However, if your kid is within that age range, it might be better to get them the Fire HD 10 Kids Pro Edition. It has a bigger screen, which is a big plus. Read our Best Kids Tablets guide for more ideas. At number 7, Amazon Fire Max 11. Amazon's Fire tablets aren't for everyone. They really push Amazon Prime services and apps, but they're great for leisurely tasks, like playing games and watching movies. There's no Google Play Store, though there's a workaround, and not every Android app is readily available. Still, for under $200, they're hard to beat. I used to recommend the Fire HD 10 here, but the Fire Max 11 is now often on sale enough and so similarly priced that it's worth springing for. Avoid the $280 MSRP. During normal sale events, it dips to $175, and during major events like Black Friday or Prime Day, it goes down to $140. It has a nicer build quality than other Fire tabs, metal and not plastic, a higher resolution and bigger screen, a fingerprint sensor, plus enough power for most tasks, even light work if you pair it with a Bluetooth keyboard. I don't recommend Amazon's productivity bundle, as you can get nicer peripherals for the same amount of cash. There's a USB-C port so you can charge it with the same cable as your laptop or phone, and it has hands-free Alexa support, meaning it can double as an Echo Show. Remember, Amazon steeply discounts its Fire tablets on Prime Day, Black Friday, and for shopping holidays like back-to-school season, so avoid paying full price. At number 8, Remarkable Paper Pro. I've used the Remarkable 2 for several years as a never-ending digital notebook. It writes exceptionally well, and physically jotting things down helps me remember things better. The Remarkable Paper Pro, 7 out of 10, Wired review, steps things up with a color display, allowing you to highlight or use different font colors as you write. It feels even more like paper and pen, with incredibly low latency, the delay between the stylus and display when they touch. You can add tags and make folders or notebooks, and the Slate does a decent job of converting handwriting to text. You can send files to your email in a few different formats, too. You don't need to subscribe to Remarkable's Connect service, $3 per month, but it gives you unlimited cloud storage and the ability to access and make notes on desktop and mobile. I love the company's Type Folio keyboard accessory, which turns the Remarkable Paper Pro into a lovely distraction-free typing experience. Oh, and I rarely worry about battery life. It needs a recharge roughly once every 2 weeks, nicer than most gadgets that require daily charging. It's just so dang expensive. If you don't think having a color screen is all that important, go for the Remarkable 2, which the company still offers at a lower price. There's also the newer Remarkable Paper Pro Move, which is a smaller reporter's notebook-style digital tablet with all the features of the standard Paper Pro. At number 9, Apple iPad Mini, 2024, 7th Gen. It's hard to find a good-performing tiny tablet these days, but Apple has your back. The iPad Mini S17 Pro, 8 out of 10, Wired recommends, isn't a dramatic upgrade over its predecessor, but the performance bump enables you to take advantage of Apple Intelligence, the company's suite of artificial intelligence features. It's also compatible with the flagship Apple Pencil Pro, making it an excellent slate for artists who enjoy sketching in the great outdoors. With iPadOS 26, you can window apps and be a little more productive, though many of these desktop-like features are better suited for larger iPads. The Mini is just a handy, travel-friendly, and small tablet that can handle practically anything you throw at it. At number 010, Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Plus and Tab S10 Ultra. Samsung's Galaxy Tab S10 series is the iPad Pro equivalent in the Android world. Initially, there were only 2 slates in the lineup, the Tab S10 Plus and Tab S10 Ultra, but Samsung unveiled the Tab S10 FE and Tab S10 FE Plus in 2025, lower-cost versions that start at $500, as well as the Tab S10 Lite, $320. I haven't tested them yet. I did test the Galaxy Tab S10 Plus and S10 Ultra, and both are on the bigger end of tablet sizes. They're hard not to like, they perform exceptionally well, have multi-day battery life, promise long software support, and the displays are vibrant, smooth, and sharp. I watched all of Dandadan on it, and the colors popped. You even get Samsung's stylus in the box, it magnetically charges and sticks to the side of the slate. I was surprised at how much I like using the stylus to write in search boxes, and throughout the interface, the company has come a long way in its stylus technology. They're a little tough to use without the help of accessories, though. The big sizes mean they're unwieldy to hold, so I highly recommend investing in a kickstand folio or the keyboard cover if you want to get some work done. Samsung's DeX system turns the Android tablet into a decent desktop operating system, and it certainly is possible to do some light work, but it can't replace my laptop. The big problem is that they're just so expensive, and it's worth considering a proper laptop or iPad Pro at these prices. Just try to avoid MSRP because Samsung's new Galaxy Tab S11 series costs just as much. At number 11, Wacom One 13 Touch. Want a tablet strictly for drawing? Get the Wacom One 13 Touch, 8 out of 10, Wired recommends. Former Wired reviewer Jana Gray used an iPad to draw for years, yet the Wacom's silky smooth touchscreen drew her in. It's easy to set up, plug the USB-C cable into your PC, and start sketching with your preferred drawing app. The stylus doesn't need recharging. That's important to note. The Wacom One 13 Touch is a monitor, it won't work if it's not plugged into a PC or laptop. That can be a downside for someone used to drawing on an iPad. At number 12, Microsoft Surface Pro 13-inch, 11th edition, 2024. Who says tablets need to run operating systems originally designed for smartphones? Microsoft's Surface line employs Windows, making it suitable for heavy, desktop-grade workflows. The Surface Pro 11th edition has a great OLED display and excellent battery life, with good performance. It's powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon X Plus or Snapdragon X Elite chipsets, on the ARM architecture, so not every Windows app will work perfectly. Microsoft's translation layer, Prism, allows non-native ARM apps to work on these processors, but it's not all-encompassing. Skip this machine if you plan on doing a lot of graphics-intensive tasks. The best parts are the built-in kickstand, which lets you plop it down on almost any surface, and the Flex keyboard, which offers a brilliant trackpad and typing experience. It's not as polished as an iPad in tablet mode, but Windows 11 has larger touch targets that make it easier to use. The main problem? It's so expensive. Sure, you can get an absolute base model for $1,200, but you'll still need to add a keyboard, as it's not included. The upgrades and accessories, which are really what make this machine stand out, will push you closer to $2,000. Wait for a sale. I recommend the OLED model with the Snapdragon X Elite, 16GB of RAM, and 1TB of storage.